Your mind is the ground where seeds are planted. And that's good when it's positive seeds, seeds of life and seeds of healing and seeds of restoration, seeds of deliverance. That's really cool. But it's bad when it's negative seeds like unforgiveness, pride, flesh, carnality. Those are negative things. For the last year, I've been studying and preparing and writing a book called Let It Go, which is built on the premise of forgiveness. Forgiveness. It's amazing to me how many of us as Christians never talk about forgiveness. I mean, isn't that the substratum of what our faith is all about? It's about forgiveness. Isn't that what Jesus died on the cross for forgiveness? Isn't that what we're here singing about and raising our hands about and clapping and skipping and falling out on the floor is about forgiveness? Everybody in this room has been forgiven. That's a victory right there. Everybody in this room has been forgiven. If you're a Christian, you've been forgiven. You're not here because you deserve it. You're not here because God owes you a favor. You've been forgiven. Isn't it funny how you could have been forgiven and find it difficult to forgive? The challenge is God wants you to be a conduit through which his character flows through. He tells Paul in 1 Corinthians to comfort one another with the comfort wherewith you have been comforted. In other words, monkey see, monkey do. He said, when you see me comfort you, just turn around and act like me to somebody else and comfort them. God will give anything to you that he can get through you. When I was a little boy, my brother's 7 years older than me. He was 19 when I was 12. I asked my brother, how do you kiss? Yeah, I was worried, you know, because I thought, suppose I do it wrong. But he said, don't worry about it. He said, just whatever they do, do it back. I won't finish that story because that story got me into a whole lot of trouble. But at the time I started into it, it seemed like a good metaphor to teach you a very strong principle. God says, whatever I do to you, do it back. Even if you don't know how to do it, even if you're not familiar with it, imitate me. If I comfort you, you comfort them. If I bless you, you bless them. If I teach you, you teach them. If I forgive you, you forgive them. Think about this. Ever since we were kids, we were taught the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Check this out. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Now that thing, I was good till we got to that. That means all of my life I have been asking God to treat me like I treat people. Do you want God to treat you like you do your old boyfriend? Oh, y'all talking now, I see. Oh yeah, you want God to treat you like you treat that person you work with or go to school with that gets on your nerves. You want God to treat you like you treat your father who didn't raise you, your mother who didn't love you, or that particular sister who is always comparing herself to you. You want God to forgive you like you forgive her. Here lies the problem, and everybody cannot get it. Forgiveness is a big idea. The Bible said, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Somebody shout mercy. Mercy. That means that mercy is what God releases, not when they're lying on you. God releases mercy when you are guilty. And there is something that each of you know about yourselves in this room that you are guilty of, and yet you have received mercy. My question then, my brothers and sisters, is how can you receive it and then refuse to give it? Your reason for not being forgiving of all things is because they're guilty. Y'all know, you should see what he did. He's guilty. So are you. If God has ever forgiven you, though you were guilty, had mercy, though you were wrong. Then it's kind of like the kissing. Just do back what he did to you. Let it go. Let